welcome to I Found a Weird Show. I'm Laura,
And I'm Lauren.
and we are continuing our recap of season 4 of From. So very excited still. And I think this was a really good episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
I
been impressed
mean,
with season 4 so far.
yeah, I've weirdly, again, being on the From TikTok, I've weirdly seen a few people say that this episode was boring. I was
I
like,
could see where they're coming from though. It's more of
maybe.
an emotional episode than a shit's happening episode. And like
That's fair.
again a build up episode.
Yeah, where I felt like, I don't know, that kind of stuff isn't boring to me. I'm like,
No,
give me
me
this.
either. I like that shit. So
Yeah.
I liked it, but I can see why some people wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. I thought there were a lot of crazy moments in this episode. And Lauren, you got to recap that for us, so I'll
I
let you
did.
get right into it.
All right. So yeah, this is from season 4, episode 2. This one is titled Fray. So yeah, let's get into it.
The whole town, it's just all the nerves.
Yeah,
Right.
right. So we start with Kenny waking up. It's the same night as the end of episode 1. He wakes up in the clinic and he goes to check in on Sophia, who is the new member of the town, also known as the Man in Yellow. Um, and I'm just going to refer to this character as Sophia until he, she, they shapeshifts again.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah. But we will also just talk about how it is not just Sophia. But continuing. So he goes to check on Sophia, but doesn't see her in the room. And he does hear her crying, though, and realizes that she is outside.
Which, like, because the door was open. Like, my immediate thought was like, Kenny, please don't die in a place one of your parents has died.
I was like partially worried and partially just like not worried at all, because I was like, oh my god, this could be an easy setup to kill Kenny. But I was also like, this is not going to happen. This is a red herring. There's no way this is how Kenny goes out. It's too
Yeah.
early. Like, Kenny is just, I know everyone says that like Boyd is the heart of this town. Boyd keeps everything together. For me, it's Kenny. So
Yeah. No, he has gone through so much and
yeah.
just still continues to be the support people need.
And if he dies, it will be a lot more dramatic than this.
Well,
Just
you're
saying.
right. You're right.
It would be way more dramatic. It would be like a Tien Chen kind of death.
Yeah. Oh.
Um, yeah. His mother, yes. So, he runs out to get her and is like trying to convince her to go inside. And then we see a bunch of the monsters walking up and start like half circle surrounding them. But he gets Sophia to go inside with him, and she's breaking down, crying still, telling him that like her dad is dead. We know it's not her dad, but her dad is dead. And he is like, oh, that's understandable then. And is consoling her. It's not really that understandable. They told her so many times not to go outside, so I would have still been a little like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You're
which
either dumb, but yeah.
he was still mad. You could tell he was
Yeah.
still mad. But
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
like,
like,
"Oh."
still don't do that.
But he's also like, "Oh, I've lost both of my parents. I
Yeah.
understand this place taking from you, like a parent from you."
Yeah. And then Marie comes in and asks what's going on, hears that the dad is dead and goes to check on him, while Kenny continues consoling Sophia, who's still like seemingly crying. But we can see that like she's got her head on Kenny's shoulder, and we can see that she is like showing this devious expression of like, I'm getting one over on you, which she is, because what do they have? There's no reason to suspect her at this point. So now it is morning. We're in Colony House with Boyd, and he sees Elgin and asks to talk to him alone. So, and last time these two were alone, some bad shit happened. So Elgin's a little apprehensive about this, understandably.
Not want to be in the room with the man who tortured me?
I'm sure that, like, in his mind, he doesn't really have a choice. And also, like, Fatima's back, so there's not really a reason for him to be tortured again. So he's probably just like, eh.
Yeah.
And he does, like, go to the opposite side of the room. Like, he's not next to Boyd, not within, like, arm's reach of him. But they go into the room where he was, like, healing, maybe his bedroom. And Boyd gives a speech about how morale would tank, and the place would tear itself apart if everybody found out what happened. So if anyone asks, which they will, then Elgin needs to tell them that he lost his eye helping Fatima, and Elgin responds asking, like, well, what happens if he doesn't go along with that? And Boyd just says that he's just gonna tell everybody that Elgin is the one that killed Tilly and we'll put him in the box. And
Crazy.
I'm like, you could just say that you tell everyone the truth that Elgin's the one that kidnapped Fatima. You don't have to make shit up that he's a murderer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was like deep and crazy. Like, what? What do you mean you're gonna tell people he killed Tilly? Kinda that easy. Like,
Right.
damn, what Boyd's thinking?
I'm assuming that this is his way of protecting Fatima, of like, oh, this is one way to never have to tell everybody that she's the one that killed Tilly. But like, come on. Everybody knows that Elgin did this out of the goodness of his heart because that is what he is. He's a good person. And he just got tricked. And this is it's awful, but Elgin like silently agrees, just like I backed into a corner, pretty much physically and metaphorically right now. But he does tell Boyd that the truth will come out, and it always does. And Boyd then tells him that if he were Elgin, he'd make sure that it doesn't happen. Um, but we know that this will come out at some point, or it most likely will, given that they now have a secret spy in their midst who's gonna stir shit up. Like, there's no way this is not getting out. And there were too many people that know what happened for it not to get out. And again, what is so bad about this truth getting out? Like, sure, if it's been like, oh yeah, Boyd tortured Elgin, that's not great. But Elgin kidnapped someone, was holding information, people were going to die. I feel like you could spin that in a way that's not like gonna tear the whole town apart. They've been through enough, they should be willing to accept some bad shit. So then at the diner, Acosta is sleeping in a booth and Good Morning starts playing on one of the haunted table jukeboxes, which wakes her up. We then cut to seeing the Matthews family sleeping in the living room of their house, clearly waiting for Jim. Like worried all night kind of thing.
Ghost show up. Like,
No one's mentioned that though. That like while watching this, I was like, did I imagine that? Because that's not mentioned once in this entire episode, and I thought it would be at something.
they were
I don't
slightly
know.
distracted. So I understand. But also, you had a
I
fucking ghost
guess
show up. What?
I don't know. Like, yeah, whatever. But then it also cuts to Boyd splashing water on his face back at Colony House, a little bit overwhelmed, just trying to get himself back down to earth. And then he leaves Colony House, and we see him like notice something off in the distance. Um, and he goes back inside, grabs binoculars, and we then see that the thing that caught his attention is a bloody bag hanging from the motel sign. And I'm just gonna say I would have never seen this because it's like up against the motel sign. I would have had to get a lot closer to have actually noticed something. I would have just been like, oh.
And it's one of those things that, like, I feel like he is probably a very observant person. So I feel like it tracks. It makes sense. It's not so preposterous to be like, really? But,
Mm,
I mean, because I don't know. But yeah, I get it. Like, I'm surprised he, all the way over in Colony House, is the first one really, like,
yeah.
noticing.
I I just yeah. That's a little unbelievable, but that's just because he needed binoculars to actually see what it was. Like, what do you mean he noticed it from that far away? Whatever. But that is our cue for Que Sera Sera. So then Boyd runs down up to the motel sign to see the bag, and it is like a bloody, like dripping blood, body-sized bag. And most of the town somehow knows that this is there now and gathers around him. Like, there was no call for people, but suddenly there are people.
People standing again. It's one of those like bystander syndrome bullshit things where like there were people when he came running up that were just kind of standing there looking at it. What do you mean you're just standing around looking at things? Like, do something. I know you're not main
No,
characters. I know you're red shirts, but like these people in this town, I'm like, let them go.
look, I can defend them a little bit because have you seen what's happened to all of the named people?
you know,
I ain't getting involved in shit in this town. I will be getting my food at the diner and heading home, make sure my talisman's up. See ya for food tomorrow.
you don't know me. I don't
I
know
ain't seen
you.
shit. I don't I'm not in any puzzles. Nope, I got nothing. You said I couldn't off myself and this is what you get. That's
Fair.
not true. I would be heavily involved,
I
but
was gonna
it's fine.
say, yeah.
I
See,
can
that's
pretend.
that's bullshit because we would both be like, we no. Here's the deal. I would want to be Jade. I would want to be solving puzzles. I would die on the first night. Are you kidding me? Like that, my luck. I would trip, fall, crack a window open. Something dumb would happen, and that's how I would go.
I I feel like I would try to solve puzzles and just not be smart enough to piece any of this together.
That's
But
fair too. Not we look. We're not the smartest people in the room. If Jade is there,
that's true. That's true. But yeah, so this bag everyone's looking at, and of course it's right outside the Matthews house. So Tabby walks outside, sees it, freaks out, obviously thinking it's Jim. And Boyd puts two and two together that she's worried about Jim. And the kids also come outside and are doing the whole "What's in the box?"
Ethan is
act.
immediately like, "Is that my dad?" And I was like, "Oh,
Right. Yeah, so the adults are like, "Ooh, you guys should not be here for this." So they tell Julie to take Ethan and go to the barn to go check on the animals. And they'll check out the bag. And everyone needs to just stay calm in the meantime. But the kids leave because Julie is always taking on parental responsibility for her brother. And she is told that she needs to be brave for him. So she does. And she takes him. And after they leave, Tabitha tells Boyd to get the bag down. And they start lowering it. Then we see Julie and Ethan walking along the road, and they're talking innocently about how that's not their dad, and they're gonna find him. Oof. Poor word choice. So, the bag is lowered, and Tabby is the one who wants to open it. So she opens it, and we see that it's a bunch of, like, it actually might just be one goat. I couldn't tell. It was just like eviscerated animal guts and a goat head.
not only is it a goat, but I do believe that that is Ethan's favorite goat. That he was like, please kill my goat first so that he doesn't
So that
have to
it's
see his
not,
friend
yeah.
go.
Do you think the monsters heard and we're just like, "Here you go, bud. Here's your"
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose.
probably. They seem to be tuned in. Yeah, so yay, it's not Jim. Just eviscerated goat. So then we see Julie and Ethan opening the door to the barn and they look in, freeze, and then Julie lets out like this blood-curdling scream. We know what that means. And as they were walking there, we were like, "Oh fuck.
And you
Oh
were even
fuck."
like, oh, is he going to be in the barn?
Like, "Ah, shit." Yeah. So that's confirmed. The adults come running over, and Boyd gets there first, sees what's in there, grabs the kids, and he's like hugging them, pushing them to the side, telling them not to look. Good job, Boyd.
Yeah,
You're learning how to be a dad
he's
too. Everyone does this later on.
pretty good in crisis situations.
He is. He is. He like snaps out of whatever existential crisis he's having, and is just like locked in, and then he breaks down later. Um, so yeah, he's consoling them, and then Tabby runs up and sees what's happening, breaks down as well, and now we can see what's in the barn, and it is Jim hanging upside down with his chest torn open, like most of the monster things that we've seen. I couldn't actually see if, like, you could clearly see that his throat had been torn out
You
too.
could. So
Um,
his throat had been torn, and that happened from the man in
yeah,
yellow.
from his actual death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then his chest
Um,
was, like, emptied, as
yeah.
you do, or
Yeah,
as
there's
they
just a
do.
lot of blood, so I was like, I can't actually tell if it's, like, very clear that that was a separate injury or if they just, like, cut everything.
If I was in Tabitha's situation, I would not assume that this was 2 attacks. I would assume that this was 1.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that any of them would, but I was just like, can I tell that
Mm,
this was 2 sacks knowing that it was?
fair.
Um, I just wanna know how good they are at covering up throat gouging.
Yeah. Well, but their throat gouging's one of their tricks too.
It's happened. Yeah, they did it to the cow, they did it to other people, I
I
know,
think
but
that
still.
I mean, they slit Father Kotry's throat too. I think that
Yeah.
I think that that is one of the reasons that he killed Jim the way he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And Jim
yeah.
was I did message you about this earlier, but Jim was hanging upside down by like his ankle, and that is very similar to Tabitha's like vision dream thing. I believe it was season 1. Where she was going up the stairs of the
The
tower, and
tower,
when she
yeah.
gets to the very top, Jim is up there hanging upside down and he like yells. So,
This place, man, it's
yeah,
fucked up.
gets a story told
But
over
yeah,
and over again, it seems.
cyclical nature, fascinating.
Yeah.
We're in a loop.
Oof.
Ew. So, yes. So, Tabby falls down crying. Boyd, gets Acosta, of all people, to look after the kids and walks inside the barn to see that there's also something written on the wall, like painted on the wall in white paint. And it says, "Knowledge comes at a cost." And he just looks a little confused reading that, but he comforts Tabby, and that's the end of that scene. So, you say
See,
something?
I could see yeah, he was confused at the time, but I even wonder if cuz they got more knowledge, right? They not just Tabitha and Jade, but like they got more knowledge with Fatima, right? They got more knowledge in other ways, so like I could have seen Boyd going, "Oh, this is about me again." Right?
Maybe, but he says something later that's truly just like, no, he's confused.
Yeah, no, and I appreciated that. That he didn't immediately that's what I'm saying. Like I appreciate that he didn't immediately like, but me, where he was like,
Yeah,
"What?"
that's true. Maybe at this point he's like, but I didn't get enough knowledge. Like, I saw something happen, but I got no information out of that. So why did they kill somebody? So in the clinic, Sophia is like praying over her father and then asks Kenny, what happens now? And he says that he's going to talk to Boyd about a burial service and then he's got to tell her who Boyd is, 'cause she's like, "Who's Boyd?" And so he's like, "Oh, that's our sheriff." And he also says that Boyd is the one that holds this whole place together, which people
Yeah, you were
gotta stop
mad.
saying that. I was just like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like, first of all, no, he's not. Everybody has a role to play. Boyd is not the only thing holding this place together.
If he
And
is,
he's
then y'all are doing it wrong.
right, exactly. Like, get your shit together. Donna's there, Kenny, you're there, Christy's there. You don't know that Jim's dead, so well, I don't know that Jim was necessarily holding shit
No.
together, but he was still a loud part of the group. Like, it's not all on Boyd. It never has been.
Yeah. Because you could say that, but that's the thing is like you can't do that. Boyd, this place was here before Boyd. It'll be here after Boyd. Like you can't put it all on
Right.
somebody.
And with the rate that people are dying, like, do not say that one person's death would destroy a place
Yeah,
because you're just cursing yourself
absolutely.
and putting a target on his back.
Target on his back. There's a giant target on his
There
back.
he's been painting a target on his back since day 1 and you're just making it bigger. Like, cut it out. Step it. Yeah. Kenny then offers to take her to town because he sees that, like, her glasses are broken, and he offers to show her around town and then take her to the storage place to get a spare set of glasses, and she's all in. So
This, like, even this was like, you're a little too okay with your dad's death, Like, I mean, I would, like, not the next morning where I'm like, we're going to town, cool. Like, really? Pick up on the signs, people.
She's been crying the whole time. Like, he noticed her glasses because she, like, took them off to wipe her eyes because she had been crying so much.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know.
I think Kenny just, first of all, believes the best in everybody.
Well,
He's not gonna be the one to see a sign right now.
true. I guess people grieve in different ways. Literally, Kenny's dad died and he went and chopped up a tree. So like,
Right.
okay, all right. I'm mad because I know.
Right, and then his mom died, and he took a bunch of alcohol to go set a cave on fire.
Right. He's very mission oriented.
Yes. He needs to destroy things, but also create things in the same time with the tree, cutting it down to make a chess piece, and then the cave. No, he just actually wanted to watch the world burn.
Yeah, well, he was starting to that villain arc that I'm really like
That he
I'm
never
I'm with it. I'm going to tell you right now, Kenny, if you want to go on your villain arc, I'm here for you all the way.
We've been saying this for, like, 2 seasons now, Kenny.
Come
Come
on, mate.
on. Go crazy,
You
Kenny.
sweet,
We
sweet
support you.
summer child. Come on. Be evil. Be a little evil.
Maybe you keep asking what do I hope I see in the show. I want Kenny to go ape shit. That's what I wanna see.
Get I would
But
like
he's
him to
so
lose his
broken
shit.
right
I
now, I
know.
don't
I know.
he just seems so resigned to death and sadness
Like the only time he
and
did, other than when he was like, "I'm gonna watch the world burn. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna light them on fire," but he didn't. But like he was slightly mean to Christy, who but was more like, "We got a job to do. We got people who are hungry. I'm not here to talk about my feelings." Like that was as mean as he got.
no, he broke the, ornament from Sarah.
That's
He threw that shit
true.
on the ground
That's true. Okay, so he had two mean moments.
and justified
Yeah,
one of them,
100%.
at least.
All of it.
But
Anything Kenny
well,
does, I
yeah, yeah.
justify.
Anything Kenny does is justified. He could go on a killing spree and I would be like, "Fuck yeah, Kenny."
They all probably deserved it. They all probably had
They
had it
deserved
coming.
it.
I don't know.
All those children deserved
Oh,
it.
children.
I'm just seeing how far you'll go for Kenny. Uh, no, we gotta draw a line somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Kenny wouldn't do that. That's just not who Kenny is.
He would not do that. So, back on topic. The Matthews family back at home, and Ethan is in his own little villain arc. I'm a watch the world burn moment. He
He's
is
been there for a
throwing
while.
shit. Well, true, but like this is physically manifesting itself. He like threw something, broke a window. He's throwing like everything that he can get his hands on, like breaking shit on the ground, walls, everything. And he is yelling about how he wants to go home and he hates it here. And he yells at Tabby, asking her what she did because this is her fault that Jim died. Why didn't he come home? What did you say to him?
Kids are awful.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, we know this is, like, the first time that they didn't fight. They had a civil conversation about something big that happened and didn't fight.
Working together so well.
Right! And so, yeah, Ethan, though, is just like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And he calls Tabby a liar when she says that she didn't do anything. And he tells her that he hates her before he runs upstairs and, just kid slamming door. I don't think he actually slammed a door, but in my mind, he did. And poor Tabby, who just lost her husband, is just like, we didn't fight. Like, she's just like, I swear. But Julie is just like, it really doesn't matter at this point, and goes up to follow Ethan. And she's right. Like, it doesn't matter that you didn't fight. Like,
Poor Julie out here being a single mom.
yeah. Yeah, basically.
No, yeah, it had such a weird, like, because you understand all sides in this one. Like, you're not really
Right.
mad at anybody in this moment. It just really sucks for
This
everybody
is
involved.
grief.
Yeah, you're right. That's grief.
These are 3 different versions of grief.
Yeah, and I feel like we're gonna get that for a while.
Oh, what? You don't think they're gonna move on by episode 3?
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna be deep in this for a bit.
Ah, weird.
Oceans and things. I mean, some people have moved on pretty quickly. I do not think the Matthews family is those people.
Probably not. Jim might have. The others, No
They
way.
seem no, the whole family seemed to hyper focus. Like so.
That no, they were very codependent, but also just like co-destructive at the same time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's a moment later where I'm gonna be like, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Boyd and Jade are at the barn taking Jim's body down, getting it on a wheelbarrow kind of thing. They're the body cart, not really a wheelbarrow. And Donna's there and she says that she's gonna go check on Tabitha and the kids. Ellis shows up, is like, "Hey Dad, what's going on?" and sees the body, and Boyd says that they're gonna need some help. So Ellis, Boyd, and Jade then wheel Jim's body, covered at this point, through town to the church. And they bring him in, lay him on the bed in the back, and Boyd says that he's gonna need to be cleaned up before the family comes to see him. And this is when Boyd then says, "Knowledge comes at a cost." What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, which was fair reaction.
And right. He's like, "We got a clue to something, but what the fuck does this mean?" And Jade, since he's there, he's like, "Yeah, we need to talk." Which, yeah, we love it when you talk.
Any kind of communication. Thank you. Finally, this
Yes.
is how we get somewhere. When you
Let's go. Yes. So now we go to Sarah, who's standing outside the bar, kind of like looking down into town. She's taking on a role of observer at this point, I think.
yeah, because she's
Which she was for a bit in the last season
right,
too.
and she's still an outcast. She's still,
Yeah.
the girl who killed her brother down at that barn.
She, yeah, she's got a body count. We said it before. She's racking up them deaths, torture.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. She can do more. I'm here for it. So yeah, she's looking out over everything. When Kenny and Sophia walk up to her and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she tells them what happened to Jim, and Kenny's shaken by this, and he says that he needs to go to the clinic. And Sarah offers to take Sophia to the storage room.
Because she was like, "But what
Ken
about my glasses?" I was like,
All right. She's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, are you going to the storage place? I can take you there." And Kenny is just like, "Ooh, this is not a good idea." Like he just hesitates and he's like, "No,
"This is the best
but
idea." He doesn't know that,
I
but I think this is the best idea. If
I
anybody's
do too."
gonna suss Sophia out, it's gonna be Sarah.
Yeah, she knows the signs. Yeah. So, and Kenny does relent and he heads out after Sarah like tells him that she's sorry about Jim because she knows that they were close. To which I was like, "Were they?" And you were like, "Yeah, they lived together for a while." It's like, "Oh,
Close, but like I don't know. I feel like he's close to the Matthews family because, like, he was being
yeah,
big brother to Julie, like,
yeah,
so I feel like they were close as a stretch.
yeah." But still, I do understand it. Like they did live in the same house for a while. It makes sense. It makes sense. Um, and then we go back to Jade, who has brought Ellis and Boyd to the bar to see his murder board.
Love a murder board,
And
Jade.
love it.
Beautiful. And it's coming
So,
along so nice. Like,
right?
he's got these nice little drawings of the effigies down in the corner over here, and he's got all the numbers over here. It's really a work of art, Jade.
It is. It is. Love it, Jade. Love you, Jade. Good job. So he is now like explaining it all to them, all about like the Onkui kids, the memories, like playing the violin, all of that stuff. And he says that the knowledge comes at a cost message must be retaliation for him and Tabby figuring this out and having their memories back. And Boyd says, then if we push too hard, something will push back, which is a reference to what Nathan, Sarah's brother, had said back in season 1,
Mhm.
and tells them about hearing that from her when they were out in the forest. And Boyd then asks Jade, like, how are we supposed to save these kids? And how do you even attempt to save something that is already dead? Jade says that he's working on it, and Boyd tells him to work harder. Give him a pizza party for motivation. Come on.
Jade's doing a great
Come
job
on,
here.
Boyd.
Boyd, what did you figure out in your time here? Jade has not been here that long compared to you, sir. What did you figure out? Okay, calm down.
Technically, Jade's soul has been here a lot longer than everybody else.
Fair
If
point.
you put all the cycles together.
That is a fair point.
But I don't think that really counts in this sense.
No.
No,
No,
but
because
yeah.
sadly you do not retain the knowledge like you wish you would.
No, we need a memory potion or something. Let's go. Yeah. So we're back now with Sarah and Sophia. They get to the diner and we see that Acosta is back in there. Sarah asks her if she's all right, and Acosta says that they are not friends and don't talk to me like we are. Okay, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, like, girl, you act
I
like
do.
she fucking pulled your goddamn eye out. Calm down, Acosta.
I mean, I do see why she'd be like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, everyone's a little bit wary of Sarah, but like, she is downright hostile.
She's hostile to everybody.
She is. I don't like her.
Me neither.
But Sarah, the unbothered queen that she is just like, okay, and takes Sophia to the back.
She's so
She's just
used
like,
to it.
fuck
She's
off.
just like, and another person who hates me. Girl, like join the list, join the club. I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, I got other things to do.
He's
You're
even
new
nice to
here.
me.
I'll move on.
Kenny's even nice to me now, and I killed his dad. Don't play with me.
Like, he's hesitant, but he still talks to her. Like, fuck. Get out of here. But yeah. So then we see Julie is with Ethan upstairs, and like, he is asleep. She sees that he's asleep and leaves. We see that he was not asleep. He was just kind of faking it until she left him alone. Classic move. We've all done it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, he doesn't want this right now.
No.
He's got things that no, he doesn't need this
He's a man with a
coddling.
plan.
He wants to get
Yeah.
on with his mission, his quest, if you will.
Yeah. Yep. And downstairs, Grandma Donna is cleaning up his mess from all of the shit that he broke. And she sees Julie getting ready to leave. Like, Julie's getting her jacket, heading to the door. And Julie says that she's going to go for a walk. She just really needs it. And Donna wants her to have anyone go with her. Like, don't be alone. Buddy system. But Julie says that it's midday. She's got plenty of time and she just really needs this. So Donna lets her go. And she's an adult. Well, she's a teenager, but she's not Ethan age.
It's not like it was Ethan doing this.
Yes. So, like, I actually respect that. Like, she's just lost her dad. She needs a minute. Yeah. And Donna does also say before Julie leaves, like, if you need anything at all, let me know. And I'm here like, I need a margarita.
Me too.
But I don't think that's an option.
No, sadly. Yeah. I like their relationship though. I like that Donna respected her. You know?
Yes.
And that's really nice. And I think that, like, Donna treats her like an adult in the right way. You know, as opposed to how her parents have been treating her as, like, the parentification type of adult.
Right.
Where Donna's like,
yes.
I respect what you need. I respect you as a human.
And you can make this decision. Like, you can't make every decision, but you can make this decision. Granted, Donna was part of the group that was like, you decide to go to Colony House without your parents or stay. You are an adult. No, it doesn't work like that, but whatever. Ancient history at this point. So, Julie then goes to see Randall, who's, I would say, big brother at this point.
Absolutely.
And he is initially just like, what the fuck do you want? Leave me alone. But he sees something in her face. Like, she's
like, you can tell, like, bad things have happened.
Oh, yeah. And so, like, the moment he sees her face, he's like, what's wrong? Like, sorry about that. What the fuck do you want? Statement. What's going on? And she tells him about Jim, and he, like, seems very sad for her. Apologizes for her loss, as everybody does. And she just, like, immediately moves past that and tells him that she needs him to go to the ruins with her. And she just starts trekking off into the woods. And Randall calls after her and follows.
Yeah, because what you gonna do?
Like, zero information.
Well, you
But
gotta
you can't he saw her face. He's like, "She's can't be alone right now.
let the
It's fine."
traumatized teenager just, like, tell you a thing and be like, "Okay, never mind, you go on ahead." No, 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 you gotta go.
Yep. She needs him right now. Well, Tabitha is now in the barn, and she is washing the paint off the wall, like the knowledge
Can I
message.
just why? Why is Tabitha doing this in this moment? What
I think it's part of the grief process. She needs to erase the evidence that she is responsible for his death.
okay, because 'cause I'm like, "Girl," and I get, like, your kids don't wanna be anywhere near you at the moment. I do understand that, but I was still like, "Why is she there?" Yeah, okay, I will buy that.
No, she's feeling guilty. Like, this is her guilt, and that message is the physical proof of her guilt, and she needs it gone. I get it.
And I'm sure she blames herself for a lot of this.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be painting over it because that was dry paint. It's not really going
I know,
anywhere,
that's what
but
I was thinking too, ma'am, you're not making any kind of, like, progress
no,
on
it was
this.
still very clear. Like, sorry, Tabby. But Jade walks in, sees her doing this, and is like, "We need to talk." And she tells him to get out. Like, she is angry, grieving right now. Um, but he tells her that, like, this message is proof that what happened to them is real because we saw in the last episode, she's like, this might be fake. Like, we don't know. And she is very upset, understandably, and doesn't want to talk to him. But he tells her that this place did this specifically to stop them from searching farther. It did this to scare them. And she says that it worked because she's now terrified. And Jade says that she needs to think of her kids now, which interesting way of doing
Jade,
that.
your social skills still lacking.
Like, he knows that, like, her kids are her motivation, but it's like, maybe save this for another day.
Right. Right. Because, like, yeah. Yeah, I will let you get through the rest of the argument before I
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a ton of details of what she says to him, but she does yell at him for that, and it's like, he doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself, and he says that's not true, and her response to that is that it should have been Jade. It should have been Jade hanging from the rafters, and
yikes.
then leaves.
So, like, my
Yeah.
problem with his argument of think of her children is that she probably is. She is thinking of
Yeah.
her children, and the last time she pushed, her husband got murdered. So now, if she keeps pushing, are her kids gonna die? Like, she is thinking of her children. So, like, you cannot push that
Yeah.
direction, Jade. That was the wrong move, sir. I don't know that there is a right move in today. You know, like, you gotta give some space. You gotta give her some time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a real choice.
Yep. And in the moment, I was like, "Holy shit, telling someone it should have been them that died, that's really harsh."
It's also pretty fucked.
But also, I would not hold it against her.
No,
And knowing Jade, I don't think he
I don't
will.
think so either. I think you will understand that she was
Yeah.
in a moment of pain. And
He's said some pretty fucked up shit to people too,
yes,
so, yeah.
and he has been forgiven. So, like, yeah, I don't think he will hold it against her, but I think he's gonna keep pushing her and going like, "Hey, but
True.
like,
1000%.
yeah, eh,
It wouldn't be Jade if he didn't.
right, right." Well, he's got to figure it. Boy told him to figure it out faster. How else is he going to figure it out without his soul wife?
It's so true. Maybe he would've given her more time, but Boyd said that.
True.
And so now he's like, "Okay,
God,
fine.
yes.
Let me go talk to my soul
God.
wife. We gotta go," while she's trying to clean up the murder scene of her husband.
Yeah, I don't know that now is the time. Boy, oh, fast. Okay, well, all right. I guess here we are.
You're like, "Hey, Boyd told me to come talk to you right now."
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Figure shit out on your.
Uh,
I'd have been if I said figure shit out on your own. You've been doing that before. You drag me in. You kill my husband. Like you don't, Jade. You don't want this fight with this woman right now.
no. No. No, no. Okay, so back at the diner, Acosta is still sitting there, just kinda, like, disassociating. And then she says, "Fuck it." sneaks out, well, not really sneaks, she just storms out to steal the fucking ambulance. And Marie and Christy come out and try to stop her, but this woman is determined. So Christy gets in the cab with her, and Acosta drives off.
Think of this move. Would you have been Christy jumping in the ambulance?
I think it's the right move because you're not going to be able to talk to her while she's looping. Like, you've got to have someone like, because it could have worked out. She could have talked her down. Like, I sure, you could crash, but an ambulance is pretty sturdy.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, there's not anything that Acosta has against Christy, in my opinion. Christy hasn't
Right.
done anything.
No, Christy has helped, like, heal the people that other people have hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know that I would have done it, but I do understand. And it was probably the right move.
Yeah. So they are now driving. And now we see Boyd and Kenny at the sheriff's station, talking about like the death and the message, just kind of like high level chatting about, hey, today's been a wild day kind of thing. But then Marie runs in and tells them about the carjacking, which is, I think, the appropriate
Yeah.
term for what Acosta did.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
cop carjacking everybody. Cool. Love that. And then we see Sophia back in the storage place, trying on a bunch of different glasses. You were cracking up this, like, this is not how glasses work. This is not how glasses work.
Who wears glasses? You can't just randomly pick glasses and be like, these will work. No, like there's
No,
prescriptions and things.
everybody has the same prescriptions, but I pointed out it doesn't really matter if you don't really need the glasses.
True. Now, I do want to point out one thing. I don't know if you have a note about this, but before they started trying on glasses, she was like looking around the room.
I did not have a note about that.
And
No.
there was a ballerina, and she was very like weird about it, right? She didn't like, she kind of hovered her hand over it, but didn't touch it.
No, I did not note
And
that.
I was like, music box ballerina?
Interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Wow, you have feelings about this? Yeah, so
Interesting.
just a
Okay.
little thing I noticed that I was like, ballerina?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, gotta point out every ballerina reference since that was kind of a big deal. Um, but yeah, so she's trying on glasses and she tells Sarah that it's sad that all these things are from people who were trapped here and some are gone. But it's also kind of nice to have a piece of them left. And Sarah's like, "Oh, I've never thought about it like that. That's not a bad way to think." And Sophia then asks Sarah if what happened to Jim happens a lot. And Sarah was just like, "Yeah, it didn't used to, but it does now." Which I like, oh damn.
They're
Well,
always the truth teller there.
well, and then she pauses and is like, "Ooh, sorry for saying that. I shouldn't have said that." Sophia's like, "No, it's good to be honest." And I would appreciate that honesty
Yeah,
too.
me
Like,
too.
don't give me that false sense of like everything's going to be okay. This doesn't happen often. If people die here often, I would want to know because then I can go to my own place with my own talisman and not have to worry about things.
Mm-mm.
Um, but yeah, so then Sophia asks if Sarah has any family here. She already knows the answer to that. She's being a bitch.
Yeah.
Sarah says, no, not anymore. And then changes the subject and says that they should go get some food. And like Sarah then walks out before Sophia, and Sophia kind of pauses, takes the glasses that she picked off and like looks at them, kind of just like, huh, like this is a nice prop kind of thing. Like it was clear to me that this was the acknowledgement that she doesn't actually need the glasses.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
she puts them back on and leaves.
I also think, I don't know, it was kind of a weird, like, so I kind of felt like Sophia was a little wary of Sarah.
Really?
I got that. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I just got that, like, she felt. I almost thought that that was a moment of like her kind of resetting of like, okay, I'm back in this, with Sarah. Like I've got to, like, because I feel like Sarah's so connected with this place that you got to be careful, even as
Hmm.
the man in
Okay.
yellow, to not like show your cards too quickly, right? Or like accidentally let something slip. Because I feel like Sarah's gonna suss you out.
I think might be putting too much on our own feelings about Sarah in that moment, 'cause I just read it as, like, Man in Yellow is just, like, kind of looking at the cards that he has, not really thinking like, I feel like he's at a point he does not think that there's much of risk
You know, that
involved
might
with
be
this
fair
for him.
too. That might be fair too.
Yeah. Like, I did see it as, like, a reset of just, like, yeah, this is my moment to myself. I'm alone right now, but I thought of it as more of just like a, "Okay, here's prop number whatever I've got, moving on."
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is I wonder, so it could be something completely different, that he knows who these glasses belong to. He knows
Probably,
everything that's
because he did
happened here.
ask, "Do you know who these were?" Like,
Yeah. So maybe
yeah.
it was a moment of reflection on, maybe it was him reliving a memory of.
I was thinking when they were, like, cycling through all the glasses, I was like, "I wonder if Sophia picked these glasses because of who wore them before." Like, if it's kind of like a fuck you to that person.
They,
I wanna know who wore them now. I need backstory.
yeah, I wonder. I wonder. I'll have to look at those glasses and see if it's anybody who we've seen.
Yeah, could be. Um, yeah, did Christopher wear glasses? That would be something.
I don't remember. I'll have to look. I'll have to look. I've been scouring the episodes for other things too, so I'll keep an eye out for a
Yeah.
random pair of glasses. Only on main characters
Alright.
though. I'm not gonna destroy myself.
Don't do that. Okay, so Donna is still at the house, and she hears a car speeding. It's like, "What the fuck is that?" She runs outside to see what's going on, and we see a lot of people coming outside to look, and the ambulance driving by. And she really does say, "What the fuck is going on?" Because, yeah, that valid question. What the fuck is going
Yeah,
on?
because
That's your emergency vehicle.
right. Well, and I'm sure at first they're like, "Oh no!" Like the people who were in town
Right.
who recently had a car speed through and smash into a building were probably like, "Oh God, again!" And then some of them were like, "Oh no, a car! Does this mean new people?" And then you see the ambulance and you're like, "The fuck?"
Well, and also, like, is someone else hurt? Like, where is it going?
Yeah,
Who is it who is driving this car? But behind Donna, we see that Ethan comes downstairs, gets some stuff, and leaves. He goes out through the back door while she's
he's
distracted.
good for that. He's been doing that
Yeah,
since season 1 when he was still on a crutch. I
right.
mean, he had help
No,
then, but
well, yeah. In the ambulance though, Acosta is going off. Like she's having a little breakdown. In the form of rage seems to be a theme this episode. But she's going off about this place and and she says that like she never got to loop, but everyone says that they loop. She never got to experience it. So this is her chance to see if there's a way out. And she says she's gonna get the fuck out right fucking now. Christy, love Christy, she just like calls her out for putting people in danger
mhm.
because she's driving like a psychopath. And Acosta just doesn't give a fuck.
Hate
And
her.
I just wanna I really hate her because she keeps talking about how, like, everybody is doing all these crazy things, she called people monsters, but she just doesn't care about anyone besides herself, and she talks about caring about other people. She keeps saying how she's a cop, she's there to protect people.
It's very
She
performative.
told It is so performative, that is exactly what I'm getting at. Like, her actions do not do that at all. Like, whenever someone tries to talk to her, she's like, "I don't know you. Get out of here." Or she steals their only form of, like, good transportation
Yeah.
and is, like, driving recklessly through the town. Like, she is speeding. Like, if she just wanted to loop to verify these things, she could have driven slowly, just, like, been cautious. Like, yeah, she just does not give a fuck
And the
about anyone but
and the
herself.
moment later with Ethan and her, which I know you'll get to, it's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
moment of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you just don't care about people. You only care about yourself. And I do understand she didn't get to loop. I understand that. None of the bus people got to loop either, okay? And they aren't
They should have
stealing
a little
vehicles.
No, everyone should get the opportunity to loop. I think everybody should get in a car and get to loop,
Yeah.
but in a safe way.
Yeah. Like, and I think that that's fair too, to be like, okay, well, here are some of the vehicles we do have. We're going to siphon some gas from these other ones. Let's do a couple loops. Ellis, you're the tour, guide or
It's like
whatever,
a little
but
tour guide of town.
yeah,
Should be a part of the
welcoming committee.
welcome committee.
Yes.
Did you get to loop? No? Okay. Do you want to loop? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's just
If you don't
prove
want to
this
loop,
to
no
you,
pressure.
and then also like maybe if we don't loop once, that would be dope.
Yeah.
But like
It's
we're
a
gonna,
controlled thing though,
yeah,
and no one is going to get hurt.
no. I'm like,
No risk.
I'm like Randall would immediately. I'm like, well, I'm your tour guide. Welcome committee for Fromville, for Demon Land, and Randall's like, you're definitely in on it. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I just need people to be less crazy. What I'm gonna need everybody to do is like wrap that in. Like I'm gonna need you to pull that back a little, because I can't deal with you guys, and like you're too much for me.
Tired. Yeah. No, yeah. So she's just pissing me off left and right. She's getting worse every episode. Didn't know that was possible, but yeah.
Thing too, because like I know that this show has the ability to take unlikable characters and make them likable. And we've seen it, but the problem is like with Sarah and Randall are the two best examples of that.
Yes.
And they've done terrible things. Both of them did. One of them worse than the others. One of them's got a body count, the other one doesn't. He tried though.
He tried. He did try.
But they had redeeming moments even in that. Like they had moments where, especially like Randall, where he was still helpful at times of emergency and thing like that. Where like Acosta is not. She is not. I hate her.
Right. No, and the two examples that you said, both of them had good intentions. And we know the path to hell is paved with good intentions. That does not negate the bad that they did. But both of them were not in it to hurt other people or just be like, fuck other people, I'm doing what I want. It was, I think that this is a way to help everybody, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
It's different. Very different. So yeah. Speak of our good boy Randall. He has caught up with Julie and is asking her like what is her plan with this time walking thing. So she's clearly told him about what she can do or what she thinks she can do. And he tries to tell her that she is like too caught up in what's happened with Jim and she needs to take a breath, take a step back. She says that if there's a chance that she can do something, she has to try. So he accepts this. Like he doesn't try to push back at all. And he just asks, what does she need from him? What does she need him to do? Love that.
Yeah, I do appreciate.
He's trying to be supportive.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like he needed to be big brother in this moment and show support, and he did.
Yeah. He tries at first to be like, hey, this might not be the right time. Like you're clearly going through something right now. But when he sees that she needs this, he's like, okay, what do you need from me? What can I do to help you? Very different from Acosta, who would just be like, no, this is actually bad for everybody.
You're a
Fuck you.
monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all
You're
though.
delusional.
Aren't we all monsters at times? Fuck off.
Especially if you're in this place. Whatever.
Sorry, we're so mad at her. Every time she shows up, we're just so mad at her.
I don't even know if mad is the right word, just like annoyed. Like, ugh,
we're very over it. I'm like,
yes.
Could the monsters come get her? They won't. They never will. They'll never get the people we're like, but I like get rid of that person because they're annoying me.
Right.
Other than Jim.
Yeah.
Our friend Corvée was cheering. But I wasn't even the monsters.
I think we all were kind of a little bit.
Yeah,
but like...
he was helpful that one last day. I'm Tabitha
right.
now. Like,
he had his redemption at the end.
Remember the one good time.
Okay. Cool. Happy for you. He still sucked.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like that Acosta is condescending, thinks she's better than everybody, and therefore disregards everybody else and their opinions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh. Anyway. So at the church, Tabby walks in and goes up to Jim's body. She sits down on the bed and starts talking to him. Just has like a very, I'd say, good, healthy conversation with him. She asked him why he didn't come home that night. We know he was dead, couldn't have come home that night. She said that she was waiting for him and says that she's so angry at him. And she says that she thought all night about what she said to him in the woods and how she loved him from the first moment that she saw him. They've gone through so much pain and fighting, but he was still her person and her everything. And she's very scared that he didn't know that before he died. She also asks, what is she supposed to do without him there? But then turns from like this sad mourning conversation and anger, and continues to talk then, but more positively about how they're going to be okay. The kids are going to be okay. And she's going to take care of them. She doesn't know how, but she will keep them safe, which is kind of um, funny considering where her kids are right now,
They're both missing.
which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
but I think that this was like such a good thing for her to have that moment with him. It's more of like a forgiveness conversation of like they've been fighting since day one. Like
Getting ready to get divorced.
exactly. And like there's just been so much pain between the two of them that this was like a I forgive you for what you did to me and I'm sorry for what I did to you.
Yeah, I feel like she is, I don't know. I get where you're coming from. I just also feel like she's a little delusional in grief on some of that things that she said. Where I'm like, girl, you're painting a pretty picture that wasn't that pretty in some of those moments. So I think you do
Yeah, I
that
can see
when
that.
somebody's dead, you're kind of like, I can't really keep I mean, I can keep being mad at you, but what's that gonna do?
Right. Yeah, who's that gonna help?
Yeah.
I like, if he had survived, they would have had so much still to get through, especially with all of these, like, memories that she just had come back, but there's no point in holding on to that.
Yeah. And I think that that's
That's not gonna help her.
good for her because it's going to be helpful with the children to let this go, to let that
Yeah.
anger, at least go as much as you can and refocus on the thing that you need to prioritize right now, which is your kids.
Yep. Yeah, this is her letting go of him, saying, like, "We've had our moments, like, our good, bad, ugly, it's okay that you're gone now." Well, I mean, obviously it's
Yeah.
sad, but, like, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I'm now going to focus on them. So, yeah.
Which I would like to see it. I would like to see it, Tabitha, but I'm a little concerned
Yeah. Yeah.
about your
I mean,
ability
it's
to be
it's
a good
definitely
mom.
one we'll see, we'll
Yeah.
see. The first step is acknowledging that, like, there's work to be done, which yeah, we'll see. So, Acosta, this bitch, is on another lap through
She's our
town.
new this bitch.
She is. It was first Sarah, then Randall, and her. And like you said, they had their redemption moments. I don't know that she's gonna get one. She's too selfish.
Yeah. I
We'll
think
see.
something crazy is going to have to happen for me to ever like her.
I feel like we said that about Randall.
So I'm going to be honest, I still don't love Randall.
No, I don't. I don't
I
either.
like
I
Sarah.
know
Sarah has turned a full 180 for me. I love Sarah now.
I'm team Sarah. She's great. She's hilarious in like her like not intending to be hilarious kind of way.
Absolutely. Randall, I'm still
Uh
like, man, you piss me off sometimes. You're super fucking helpful though. But
he's just broken right
yeah,
now.
and that's
And
fair.
yeah, like I feel bad for him, but you're right, I don't love
Yeah.
him. No.
He's still an asshole.
I have respect for things like his relationship with
Yeah.
Julie. I have respect for that.
Or like in
I
emergency
totally.
situations how he is always willing to jump in.
Yes.
Even at the
And
detriment to
I have
himself.
always respected that
Yep.
him for that part because he's been doing that since
Day
day
one.
one. That does not negate the shit that he's
Exactly.
done and his attitude.
That does not make you a good guy. That does not make you somebody that I
No.
So and that's fine.
He
You don't gotta like
he
everybody.
never went no, and he never went to those, anger management classes that I recommended for
I
him.
know. Well, we gotta get that therapist in here, man. Could you
That's
imagine if
true.
they just had a therapist and they worked through some of these issues?
I think that therapist would be looping with Acosta being like, "Get me the fuck out of here. These people are too crazy for
God.
me to help."
Oh, yeah, can you
It'd be like, I am broken.
no.
I need a therapist
Yeah,
now."
could you imagine being the therapist in there and just being like, I am just overwhelmed.
Fucked.
This is a whole lot, that I
And you're not getting paid for that. No,
no.
I'd be like, not my job anymore, thanks.
True.
Sorry, my license lapsed. Can't help ya."
Yeah, yeah, sorry, so sorry, this is no also, like, if y'all think that there is patient-doctor confidentiality happening, absolutely not. I'm gossiping about all of
No.
you. I'm gonna find one
I'm
friend, and because like, I need a therapist too, and I'm gonna tell them all your damn secrets.
not even that. I'd be doing like a lady Whistledown. Be like, "You guys know what's up? Here's all the tea, and also here's all the shit that you need to know about Monsterland. So and so told me this
My
happened."
god, you know who I would be gossiping to? Jade.
Hell yeah.
Like, "All right, Jade, so let me tell you what this person"
Oh, he would let that slip
he would
instantaneously.
be awful, but, like, he would
He'd
be
show up at the door and be like, "I heard this about you." Or if they're arguing, be like, well, I don't trust you because of this." It's like, oh,
feel like it would be super fun because he would probably be like very like a catty bitch with gossip.
100%.
Yeah, so I'm like, I feel like he
Absolutely.
would be the funnest person to gossip with.
Right.
Oh, but yeah, a bad choice if you want to keep anything a secret.
Absolutely. But like, who needs secrets? It's Monsterland. Whatever.
All right, I've derailed you
So,
again.
like, we keep getting derailed. So, yeah, back to that bitch. She's on another lap through town, getting faster, driving more erratically. And Boyd this time tries to stop her by standing in the middle of the road. And Christy's freaking out. She's like, "Don't hit him. Like, stop, please, whatever. Like, be a decent human being for once." And Acosta plays chicken with Boyd, and he jumps out of the way.
Yeah, because she was
Christy,
gonna hit him.
oh, she didn't give a shit. Did not give a shit. So Christy tells her that like a lot of people have thought there was a way out, but there isn't. And Acosta thinks that she is special. She's just she's just better than all
Oh,
this.
you are not the main
Uh
character.
no. And so outside then Boyd tells Kenny to go get the strip. And I'm even more angry at Acosta now because they're going to lose the functionality of that fucking
Yeah, because
ambulance.
like they literally just used it the day before to hopefully save the people who were in a car accident. Like,
Not anymore. Thanks Acosta. Thanks for protecting and serving.
right? Mm. Well, she
Ugh,
finally took that
bitch.
uniform off, and she's like, "I'm no longer. I'm a."
She still has her
She still
like
has her pants on. It's just the top.
yeah, the pants and the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just has a sweatshirt on, which like that's funny. I was cracking up when I saw that. I was like, she's got her utility belt still on. That cannot be comfortable. Ugh, what a bitch. So now we're gonna do a 180. Go say hi to Henry. Love Henry so fucking
Dad.
much.
Best dad.
Best dad.
Best husband.
Yeah. So Henry comes to the barn looking for Victor and finds him basically having his own breakdown about how this place takes everything good. And he's like very upset because this is also personal because this is the father of his best friend who just died. So he's relating that to himself and like losing his father. And he says that Henry should have never come to this place, to this town, because what if he dies next? And Henry, best dad,
Best dad.
best dad, says that no one should have come here. Like, no one deserves to be here, but we're here. And he and Victor are together, and he says that he would prefer that any day, no matter what gets written on the walls, and that they're going to face this together. I wrote here in all caps, I love him because I do. Like, he knows that, like, this is shit. Like, there's no way to, like, truly make somebody feel good about what's happening, but, like, he's still there for his son. He's been alone for 40 years,
Yeah.
something like that. Like, of course he would prepare or prefer the danger of this place if he gets time with his son.
Absolutely. To have like lost your family like that, and then get the ability to have your son back.
Yeah.
No, Henry would not would rather live a day here than 20 years outside. with his son, you know, and it's just so such a good dad. And like it's what Victor needs. You know, he has been here alone in that grief, in that like in that blocking out his dad even because it was too painful to think about it,
Right.
you know?
Just, like, forgetting that he even had his like, yeah,
And
everything.
then
He
like the last several times where they've interacted, a lot of it has been him constantly like, I'm going to tell you this thing and you're going to leave me. I'm going to tell you this thing and
Yeah.
you're better off without me. Or like all of these things where it's like Victor's just really processing that he has accepted having a father again. And then
Oh my god,
now
him moving in. So
yes,
cute.
them being roommates. And then that fear where he didn't have that for
Yeah.
so long, where he was like, it's just me. It's just me. I'm the only one I have to worry about. And now it's like, oh, I could lose my dad after I finally got him back. And that's super
Right,
scary.
he had only just accepted that he had a friend, and now he's got a friend who just lost his dad and his dad, like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. I can't imagine, like, finally getting to a place where I accept that I live in hell and have nobody like, there are people, but you don't wanna get attached to them, and then now you finally have hope again, and it keeps getting torn away little by little, and then, like,
So
no, it's
scary.
poor Victor.
It's so scary. And I loved too when Henry was talking to Victor. He didn't push him. He was best at. He didn't push him. He said, when, like, do you want to talk to Ethan? He's your friend. You know, do you? And he's like, no, I don't, you know, and that's when he broke down a bit. And he's like, when you're ready, I think that that would be good. Like, not like, Victor, you should do this thing because it's the right thing to do. No, when you're ready. Ugh,
Yeah.
best dad.
Yeah, Henry is just amazing.
I swear to God, if he dies, I'm gonna bawl.
I'm gonna just stop watching.
No, you can't do it. We got to keep going. But like,
Wanna
I'm gonna cry for a long time. It's gonna be
I'm gonna
bad.
be on silent protest that episode. How about
It's me
that?
talking to
I'll
myself.
be here, but I'm not talking. Be like, "Fuck this."
You you made it
No.
through Tien. You can make it through Henry. Uh,
Fuck.
oh, if it happens, I'll write the recap of that episode, even if it's your
Thank
turn.
you.
Yeah, I got you.
I appreciate it. Oh, so nice. Okay. So, Randall and Julie made it to the ruins, and he's asking her, like, "How does this work?" Um, and she says that she just plans to walk in and find her dad. Very simple plan. Love the simplicity of that. Not really. Meh.
What are you gonna do? Like, you don't really know how it works
Yeah.
yet, so it's like,
No.
well, we're giving it a shot.
Yeah. So she tells him to walk in first to see if the same thing would happen to him
That
because she needs someone to pull her out.
she
But like,
completely guinea pigged this man. She was like,
she guinea pigged him.
I can't.
But it's like, what if?
Yeah, because what if he did? She can't get him out.
No, it's like, okay, hold on, let me go grab somebody real quick. Like, he could be dead by the time someone gets there. Like, come on.
He explained that to him. She's just like, walk into the ruins.
Right. She has not told him what happens at all. No, nothing.
Bless her. I
Yeah.
just needed to make sure
But
that you didn't seizure out. It's cool.
yeah, yeah. So he walks in, nothing happens, and she's like so relieved. She's like, "Oh, cool. Needed to make sure you were able to pull me out." And he's just like, "Wait, what? What? What?"
I mean,
And
she brought a
she,
better person for that this time because Ethan couldn't pull her out.
I know.
She had to get Big
And
Brother, no Little Brother.
yes, yeah, not little brother, big brother. So she tells him though to like give her time before pulling her out, even if it looks bad. And he again is like, "What do you mean by looks bad? Like what is about to happen? Can you tell me something?" Like she does not tell him. Even at this point, she's like, "Still, just promise." And he was so uncomfortable, but he does promise to wait before pulling her out. And Julie steps across the threshold, and suddenly it is nighttime. She is able to watch the monsters walking up to the RV, and I believe this is the night that Randall tied Donna to the
Yes, it
tree.
is.
So they're at the RV. Yep. So it is Donna, Jim, and Boyd are in the RV, and we see Jim look out the window And for some reason, she decides that nighttime is the best time to scream "Dad" very loudly.
It's a choice.
I was a little skeptical about that, but it is, you know what?
Say too.
She's overwhelmed.
I saw some videos, some theories on this that somebody said they could actually in that old episode could hear her screaming "Dad." I could not. I went back and I did look at the episode. I could not hear that.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen. But yeah, so she calls out to him, screams "Dad," and then we see Donna and Jim run out of the RV while Boyd starts shooting at the monsters, which is also the direction that Julie's in. And Julie goes to run after them, but she is grabbed and pulled back by one of the monsters, the nurse, who has been a pretty prominent
Yeah,
monster.
she's the one who
Yeah,
when Tabitha came back in the ambulance, and Randall was having to freak out because of the cicadas.
bugs.
And Boyd was looking for the keys of the ambulance, and she was behind. She's like, "You looking for these? You can
Yeah.
have them, but we keep Randall." And then Boyd took that call. Uh, rough.
Which was the right
Was the
call.
right
It was
call.
the right
It was
call.
the right call.
Still sucks, but yeah. So another big monster. So she grabs Julie, pulls her back, and says that she wants to play with her. Like, where are you going? I want to play.
Yeah.
Creepy. Don't love
No.
that. Julie starts like screaming and calling for Randall to pull her out, but the monster says there's no one there, no one there to come for her, and transforms into her monster form and starts like grabbing Julie's face. And then we see in the present Randall pulls her out, and Julie is safe. She's alive. She survived. Which I feel like that monster had plenty of time to kill her,
Yes.
but
Which
Julie got very lucky. But she wanted to play with her, so
theory that the kids can't be killed by these monsters? That the kids of those spirits, of those souls, can't be killed by these monsters. I
really.
That's what, because they never killed Victor. Why wouldn't they kill
But
Victor?
we don't.
Victor is the kid of
What is his sister's name?
Eloise. He never found the body,
Eloise. Yeah, yeah. We don't know if she's dead or
or if she's
what's up with
Clara.
her.
Yes. Which is one of the theories. But I don't know. It's still iffy on that one. I want to see. I'm still iffy. There's something up with Clara, of course, but I don't know if that one's true.
Yeah, there's something up with Clara. There's something up with Eloise.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have some thoughts on if the monsters can actually kill the kids of those two spirits, because there's been times where the opportunity has arisen and it hasn't happened. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I also, though, I went back, like I said, to go watch that episode where they were in the RV, and to kind of see if we could see those signs of Julie. And I will say, in that episode, Randall freaks out. He busts the window and he goes out the back of the RV. And they're like, "Damn it." And they bust the window at the front of the RV. Donna and Jim run, and Boyd is about to go. He's also got those bile-covered bullets that he wants to test. This is that night. And he looks back. His wife called his name, and he looks back. So she's like there popping in and out, and she's like, "Stay with me," or whatever she says. And then he hears a scream. And you can hear that there are two distinct different screams, and that is Julie and the monster, which I thought that was really cool. Like, they know where the writers of this know where they're going. And I love that.
I I think it would be interesting to go back and watch every episode with this in mind and see if there's anything else.
Yeah, I'm fully down for all of that. I definitely, there are a few things I want to look out for. I
Yeah,
think that there are going to be things that we won't catch until we see
absolutely
her
not.
story walk.
Have you met
Yeah.
me? Yeah, no.
But I think that there
Okay.
are little moments like that probably littered throughout the show.
Yeah, there have to be. Okay, let's keep going. So Tabby's back home, goes to talk to Ethan, finds that he's gone. And she goes down to find Donna, who's still outside looking at the road, and asks Donna where he is. And Donna is shocked that he's not upstairs anymore because she's been here the whole time. But, like, Donna, you've been outside watching this, like, not paying attention.
Yeah, Donna, you're not the best
Like,
babysitter in this moment.
You weren't even inside the house for like the last hour. But yeah, so Boyd, Kenny, and Marie are laying out the spike strip on the road, like outside of town, and Acosta is still losing it. She says she's a good person, doesn't deserve to be there. And when Christy says none of them do, Acosta says that she doesn't know any of them, so she can't know that they don't deserve to be
What a
here. Like,
bitch.
okay, bitch. And then questions why, like, they aren't trying harder to leave. And Christy tells her that they have tried, and people die every time they do. And a lot of people have thought that they've had good theories and know of what they need to do to escape, but they all have one thing in common, and that's that they're all dead now. Well, except for Jade, but
Yeah, but
meh.
even Jim. Jim was another one of like, okay, well, he's had
Right.
ideas, he's had thoughts, he hadn't died yet. Well, you see.
It's not looking good. Yeah. So then they see Ethan walking down the road, and Christy tells Acosta to pull over. Like, that's Ethan. We gotta make sure he's okay. And Acosta says, he looks fine. No. And keeps going. Like, she looks a little bit concerned, like, oh, maybe I should. Like, but no, she just keeps going. And she's still speeding. Ugh, evil. So she then sees the spike strip. Like, she's seen a spike strip before. She knows what it is. But and she's got plenty of time to stop this freaking ambulance before. She doesn't. She just says like, "Oh fuck," and like starts to swerve a little bit, but runs right over it, blows all the tires. Thank you, Acosta. Really helpful. And they're forced to stop. So she could have stopped beforehand, did no damage to the car, been fine. Nope. She did all the damage, still had to stop.
She tried to go around it. She was going to go off the road, and Christy grabbed the wheel.
Yeah, I don't think she would have survived. Like, I don't think that would have
I
worked.
think so either, but like she was like, nope, I'm going to keep going. That was,
Yeah, she's just dumbass,
yeah,
selfish. Many bad words for her.
the box. No.
So just straight to the box. No, I wish. But everyone who's outside gets Christy out, and Boyd grabs Acosta, yells at her for endangering everyone, and then handcuffs her, as he should. Uh, throw in a cell, throw away the key, let her rot. It's fine. Christy then tells them that Ethan was there, and it takes her a while to say it. I was like, is anyone gonna bring up the child that they just drove? I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, and they like were starting to like walk back, and it's like you see her face. She just like realizes it, and she's like, "Oh wait, actually, Ethan was here." It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that the child. Yeah. So we see Ethan. Then he's made it to the RV. That was his destination. He goes inside and he grabs the old radio, and he puts it in his backpack. When he leaves the RV, he sees his dad sitting on like a broken tree, and he runs over to hug him. Jim looks a little confused, but he asks why Ethan is there, and then reminds him that the radio is broken when Ethan tells him that that's why he was there. And Ethan is so cute. He tells Jim that he really wanted the radio so that he could contact the real Thomas this time so that Jim wouldn't be alone. That's adorable.
Yeah.
Not how that works, but
No.
adorable. And Jim asks him if he remembers what he had said to Ethan the last time that they were there. And Ethan does. He says, when bad things happen, we have to look after each other and always do our best. And Jim smiles and tells him that that's right and that Julie and his mom need that from him now more than ever. And he can't stay, but he wishes that he could. And Jim then like looks around like he heard something or someone, and then tells Ethan that he really needs him to do something very important and says that the night that they got here, season 1, episode 1, Ethan, well, maybe actually episode 2, but Ethan had a dream about the Lake of Tears and tells Ethan that it's here and he needs to find it. Ethan asks why they can't find it together, but before Jim can respond, we hear Tabby calling for him. And then when Ethan turns back around, Jim is gone. Tabby comes
Can
up,
I can I
tells.
really quick just talk about Jim for a second in that moment? So there's a couple things. He had that cut on his forehead, right? He didn't have that cut when he died. That was from season 2 when the house fell on his ass.
Mhm.
So, but that was also present the night that Julie did the little story walking, right? So that because
The first time?
so when no well, like this time in this episode, like when she went back, that would have been the same time frame. He had the cut on his forehead
Oh,
during when she story walked back. But he knew things that happened after that. But do you think that because of her story walking, it somehow affected him? I don't know, but like that kind of ran through my head a little bit that he was able to come to this timeline a little bit because she did that. I have no clue. This
maybe.
is like fully tinfoil hat, but
I feel like you have to have a tinfoil hat to be thinking of theories for this show.
yeah, so I don't know, but it's weird that he had the cut on his head, which happened around that same time of her story walking, or where
Interesting.
she story walked to, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It could be. It could be like she created a
yeah,
doorway.
yeah, because it would have been
Could
happening
be.
around the same time.
Yeah. But he obviously knows something
He knows more.
else that like he didn't know when he was
Yes, yes. I don't think
alive.
like he in that moment went to the future. Like I don't think, but I think maybe like it allowed
Yeah.
his
His
spirit
spirit.
to
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah. I can see it.
So we will be.
And you've been asking for the Lake of Tears for a
I
long
have. I was
time.
so pumped.
So,
I was fucking pumped when they said Lake of Tears. I was like, hell yeah, Lake of Tears.
no, even before he said it, you were like, it's going to be Lake of
Yeah,
Tears.
I was like,
I was like, there's no way. And then he said it, and I was like, oh,
give me
shit.
Lake of Tears.
Oh, shit. But yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Things to
So,
look out for.
yes. So Jim is gone. Then Tabby shows up and tells Ethan that she's worried about him, or was worried about him, was looking for him. And then Ethan tells her about Jim, says he was there and he's gone. And that is the end of the episode.
Yeah, I thought it was a good episode.
I did too.
I was really interested to see where they were taking a lot of this, and I'm glad that they finally found Jim. I'm sad
Well,
that they think it's the monsters.
yeah, that they think that he was just out at night and got. No, he got killed in the middle of the day. No one's safe
Yeah,
ever.
I don't think we got more answers, if you will, but I do think that they are hinting at a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of things that
Yeah,
are like the Jade's murder board. The lines are being added. Like not maybe not his, but my version of his. Like the lines are being added.
right.
Things are connecting, and it's like, oh, okay, okay.
And with like Jim having his little ghost appearance at the end, I was pleased with it because I was a little worried. I was like, "Oh, Jim is just gonna still be a character, like, he's gonna keep coming back." I like that they kind of made it as a, "No, this is a one-time thing."
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
But he said, like, "I can't help you with this.
Yeah, I know, but I
Like, I have to
feel
go."
like Jim is not done.
He might not be done, but I don't think he's gonna be super reoccurring.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's gonna be here as often as Father Khatri
Right.
was.
Right. Or Tom.
Or
Yeah.
Tom. No, I think, like, we might see him again, but I don't think he's gonna be. I was worried that he was gonna be like a every episode have, like, quest stuff with Ethan,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I don't think that's the
I
case.
don't. I think he's right that he can't help Ethan with this, but I wonder if there's going to be other connections.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I love that our boy got a quest finally.
Finally. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's had, like, a bunch of these little
Yeah.
quests that he's given himself, but this is,
This is a
like,
big quest.
true quest giver.
This is yeah. Even from the
The
afterlife, Jim is like, what about this idea?
When the spirit of your dead father gives you a
you
quest, you
got
better frickin' do that
you got to
quest.
go on it. Like there's no option here. Well, and Ethan loves a quest. I
He
really
does.
hope that he talks to Julie about it. I really hope that he tells Julie what happened. And I hope that Julie tells him what
I
happened. And
Yeah, I
I
hope.
think they will.
I do.
They've kind of already talked about how they're a team.
Yeah, yeah, they had that moment where it was like, "Our parents are not around. We've gotta do this for ourselves because 'cause they're not gonna help us." Which is sad, but it's also like, "Yay, siblings."
Right. Right. If Julie's going to be his parent, you might as well like let him in on it
Oof.
too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. But yes, so I mean, like I said, I thought this was a great episode. I don't know. I don't know where we're going from here, other than Acosta going to a cell for a bit. I think that Boyd is still losing it. I think Boyd is crazy for the way he treated Elgin. Like, I understand, but like also like, dude, reel it in. You're losing your shit here. And I think we're gonna see that continue. I do think that Elgin's right and the truth is gonna come out. I think it's gonna be bad for everybody when it does, though. Because it's not like Acosta's gonna keep her mouth shut. She ain't good for that.
No.
So I don't know. I don't know. I hope to see. I guess, what do you hope to see first? What do you hope to see in the next episode or two?
Nothing has changed from my I have no answer to that, basically.
Okay. Okay.
I don't have anything that's like a glaring desire to see in this show right now.
Yeah.
I just wanna know answers. I don't care how I get them. I just want answers.
Fair. Fair. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't hope to see. I guess, well, I do. I hope to see. Can we get back to the effigies? I mean, now Lake of Tears
Yes.
is a thing for sure. I mean, it always has been, and I've always questioned it, but it's now like a forefront thing. Also ghosts. What's up with them ghosts?
Yeah, what the fuck? Why would
Poltergeist up in here. Like, you know what? I know I said poltergeist too. This is what we call them in my family
I
instead of
wasn't
poltergeist.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Instead of poltergeist,
I
it
like
is
it.
what we say in my family.
Well, they do act like chickens with their heads cut off sometimes, so yeah.
Yeah. So there's a few things, like, I think we need an explanation on ghosts, or we need like more ghost activity, I guess. But give me something.
Yeah, maybe it was someone
Was it
trying to
Jim?
tell them something. Well, I was like, it's either Jim or it's someone who's story walk. Like, can somebody move without being seen? Like, is that a
Not that we
thing?
know of, but who knows?
Well, I know not that we know of, but, but I just mean in general. Like maybe because we've seen that we've got the story walker. Okay, we've seen something else, haven't we? That like other people, I don't know. Marie knows things but isn't talking.
Yeah,
What's his face still sees cicadas from time to
Randall.
time. Randall. So I'm just like, do other people have abilities that just haven't been explored yet? I don't know.
Possible. It is possible. I wonder if it was Jim. I really do. I think it was. I think we'll see more of it, and then we
He just
may.
said, "Let me scare the shit out of my family while
Well,
they're waiting for me to
I
come back."
think that I don't know that it's a let me scare the shit out of my family, more of a I don't understand how to communicate. And this is me trying to communicate with my family. And
I prefer the communication that he had with Ethan at the end.
yeah, no. And but I think that might have been him trying and not being able
Yeah,
to.
could have.
And maybe Julie's
Very
story
well could have.
walking helped allow that moment.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, but not today because we have to wait.
Yeah. Oh, travesties. I know this is the one downfall of shows being weekly. It's like, but I want to
Yeah.
binge. But like, could you imagine if they were out and then I was like, Lauren, you can't binge because we have to do a podcast episode every time between them. You would hate
It's
me.
basically the same thing.
That's true. But now it's not me
And I
doing
wouldn't
this to
hate you
you.
because I've been doing it for 3 seasons.
Fair. Fair enough. So
The things you do for your
I
friends,
know.
man.
I know. I dragged you into this and said suffer. Only watch.
You did, actually. Pretty sure you did.
But yes, I think that we are impatiently waiting for the next episode with everybody else. And yeah, I'm excited. So thank you all for listening to I Found a Weird Show, and we cannot wait to continue the recap next time. Bye.
Bye.